Children, it's Pastor Matthew here, and I'm glad to be with you today. We have our video today for Children's Praise, and today we're going to look at a passage in Matthew, the Gospel of Matthew, and it's going to be chapter 11. We'll look at two verses. We'll look at a section here in chapter 11, and we'll look at another section in chapter 12. It's going to be about hidden treasure. Tomorrow we have an Easter egg hunt. I'm recording this on Friday, and tomorrow, Saturday, at the church, we'll actually have an Easter egg hunt. There'll be all these Easter eggs outside for maybe some of you. If you're going to be there, you would have been watching this video already. You'll remember the Easter egg hunt, and you'll remember how you found these eggs. So I want you to think about these eggs and what it means in Easter time when we actually have to go out and find eggs in the yard or in the bushes or somewhere in the woods or somewhere where it's hidden. We actually have to work to find them. So let's look at this from Matthew chapter 11. It's verse 26. It says, "At that time Jesus declared, he said this, I thank you, Father, Lord of heaven and earth, that you have hidden these things from the wise and understanding and revealed them to little children. Yes, Father, such is your gracious will." So that verse is where Jesus is talking about his kingdom. Because Jesus, I want you to know, Jesus is a big, great, strong, powerful king. Okay, can you guys put your hands on your head like this, like you're wearing a crown? That's what a king wears. A king wears a crown, and he's very big and strong and powerful, and Jesus is that. And he's talking about his kingdom and his perfect world that he's trying to make, but a lot of people don't really care, and they don't want to know about it. But some people do, and the people that do are what he calls little children. And so I want you to actually point to yourself and say, that's me. I'm a little child. And so if you point to yourself, you're going to see that you're a lot smaller than your teacher today, or even me on the video screen. You're not nearly as big as us. You're like little children, and you have to listen to what big people tell you to do because they know a lot better than you, especially your parents. You have to listen to them because you're the little children. Well, Jesus says that's a good thing. That's a really good thing to be a little child like you, because that means that you're actually able to listen. You don't think you know everything already. But if you think you know everything, then you won't actually listen to Jesus and you won't learn from him. And so that means that what Jesus says is going to be hidden. It's going to be like an Easter egg that's really hard to find. Maybe when you were at the Easter egg hunt yesterday at the time you're watching this, that you missed the Easter egg and someone had to point one out to you. Or I bet there's actually still going to be Easter eggs in the backyard that no one found. They were too well hidden. And that's a image for what Jesus talks about of actually getting to know him. Some people that want to know Jesus will find him, and people that don't want to know him will not find him. So let's look at this verse here. Here's the second verse for the day. It's from Matthew 13. I think I said Matthew 12. I meant Matthew 13, and it's one short verse. This is Jesus' parable. Everyone say parable. That was pretty loud. Say it again. Parable is a story that tells a special meaning, a hidden meaning. So here's Jesus' story, or what we call parable. Try to learn that word today. This is the parable of the hidden treasure. The kingdom of heaven, Jesus says, is like treasure hidden in a field, which a man found and covered up. Then in his joy, he goes and sells all that he has, and he buys the field. So, when you were out looking for eggs, maybe you found one of these. They're brightly colored, right? And they stick out when everything's dead or in the green grass. And you open it up, and what do you find in here? Oh, we have a couple of lifesavers. Okay, so that's a pretty good find, right? Well, let's see what else we have here. Oh, check that out. We have some stickers. That's not bad. That's a pretty good, you're doing pretty good today, right? And then inside this one is, more lifesavers. So look at all these awesome treasures we found, right? So this is what maybe some of you will find or already have found by the time you're watching this, or if you're going to do an Easter egg hunt at home with your family. Look at all these treasures. Those are pretty sweet, right? Now, Jesus said that the kingdom of heaven is like a man who's walking in a field, and he comes along a treasure, and inside, when he opens it, you say, instead what pops out is a really big piece of gold. It's really big and it's really heavy, and it's worth a whole lot of money, like a lot of money. Well, Jesus said, if it's so valuable that that man takes everything he has and he sells it so that he can go buy that field and have the treasure that's really valuable, that really good Easter egg that just doesn't have candy or stickers, but actually has something really, really valuable inside. Now, that really, really valuable thing that Jesus is talking about is knowing Him. So I want you to know that when you open up your eggs and you find all these little treasures, you need to know that the greatest treasure you can have is not found in an egg like this, but it's the great treasure of knowing Jesus. And if you decide to give up everything so that you would just know Jesus, that would be a really good deal. That's what Jesus is saying. If you're able to understand that, if you're able to understand what I'm saying, then that's like finding this treasure. So I want you to think about that when you think about eggs, and talk about this with your teachers today about what it means to find Jesus. And what does it mean to give up everything you have to come follow Jesus? That's a great discussion to have. And I will see you again next week.